Chris McCamilleri. I'm here. I'm finding out the hard-hitting questions. I'm figuring out who's answering, who's not. Hopefully a lot of them answer. So today we're gonna be finding out like just that age gap. You know, there's a big age gap between the older generation, the younger ones. And I'm trying to figure out what's the issue? Why can't we just be together, you know? Like, come on, man, it's kind of crazy. It's 2022. We gotta be out here. We gotta be loving each other. So I'm trying to go around the campus, ask some people how they feel about this. We'll see how it goes. It's starting to rain right now. So yeah, let's do it.
Ever since the emergence of Gen Z, there has been an age gap that's very obvious to see. Older generations tend to not validate Gen Z and even see us as weaker due to us taking issues like mental health and climate change more serious. Diversity is also very important to us. One thing that older generations fail to understand is that we grew up in a technological age. Furthermore, on college campuses, this is even worse because professors tend to not understand the age gap. So, in this video, I'm going to try to see what students think about this.
Okay. All right, what is your name?
Madeline.
Madeline, what's your name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Beautiful names, okay. So, where do you guys live? Like here or? Queens. Okay. And do you feel well represented on campus?
I feel like it's diverse.
Diverse, okay. Yeah, you agree? And then what is one thing you would say to the older generation?
Older generation regarding what?
Like anything. Like one thing you'd say to them about like, you know, maybe help them out to understand us or...
I feel like we need to be more open-minded, that we have to understand that there's different sexualities, different races, different things to encounter in this world. We can't treat everything the same.
That's facts.
Gen Z values diversity. In fact, it is our second most important value, according to Stanford News. This is because we've grown up realizing the changes between us bring us closer together. Perhaps this was a different narrative in past generations, especially when we talk about sexuality. This is one thing that older generations fail to understand. Times are changing. Change is something that is inevitable, but for some reason, there seems to still be an age gap in understanding.
So what is your guy's name?
Chris.
Chris, that's my name. Good fucking name.
There we go.
Alright, so where do you guys live? You live like
In the city.
In the city, yeah. Alright, do you feel well represented on campus?
Oh yeah, I would say.
Yeah? Okay. And what is one thing you'd say to the older generation?
One thing I would say to the older generation.
Yeah. Like how old?
Wait.
Boomers, yeah, anyone, like anyone older.
Man, I mean, changing the game, man. I mean, that's really all you can say.
Change the game, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anything else? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I just tell them that we're going to be in their spot one day too, and then the younger generation, whatever it is, they're going to think we're boomers, so I don't know.
We got the next generation going
yeah,
on.
man. The
I would tell them
Fortnite
not to
generation.
shit on us.
Fortnite generation.
No, that ain't a good thing. Alright, well, thank you guys.
Yeah, of course, man.
Alright, peace.
One thing Gen Z fails to realize is that one day we may be seen the same as older generations by the new generations. So we can relate to them on some level and begin a conversation.
I'm here with Michael. I already know his name. I don't need to ask him that. So where do you live, Michael?
Summit, New Jersey, or Hollis Hall.
So he's in Northern Jersey and he's in Hollis Hall. You know the vibes, okay? Do you feel well represented on this campus?
Yeah, I'd say so. I feel like it's a very diverse community here, and yeah.
Yeah, respect. So what is one thing you would say to the older generation? Just one thing.
Why'd you fuck our planet?
Why'd you fuck our planet, bro? Like, shit, I don't know if I can keep that in.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
Wait, no,
Okay,
you-
can you cut it?
According to the Center for Generational Kinetics, the most important issue for millennials is their own socioeconomic status. A staggering 2/3 put this as their most important issue. When we compare this with Gen Z's most important issue, a question of morals is brought up. It shows that Gen Z is more selfless compared to other generations. Perhaps this explains why we are the first generation to be so open to new ideas and diversity.
Good. Alright, what is your name? Okay, what is your name?
Samina.
Alright, thank you. And do you guys live in New York or you're from somewhere else? Okay. So do you feel well represented on the campus?
Somewhat.
Somewhat? Okay, what would you say?
Yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat, okay. And what is one thing you would say to the older generation? You had to pick one thing. Like, you know, anyone like millennial, like anyone older that kind of may look down on this generation or perceive it a different way. Following your footsteps, okay? That's facts. Creating the old past, you know. Thank you guys. All right.
It is true that the generations before us paved the path for us. So, the issues in the world today are not exactly our fault.
All right. What is your name? Okay. What is your name? All right. Thank you. And are you guys from New York or you live somewhere else?
From Florida.
Florida. Okay. Jersey. All right. All right. So, do you feel well represented on the campus here at St. John's? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Nice. And what is one thing you'd say to the older generation? If you had to pick one thing, because they be talking down, you know, you gotta get through to them.
Hot black tea. Emily, like to the people that came here before us. What do you think?
Anyone that's older, they may look down on us or perceive us in a different manner.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business. Retweet. All right, you heard it here first.
Some people are more hard on the older generations, which begs the question, can we even have a conversation about our issues? I think it's important that we collaborate and try to solve all these issues. First, we have to realize there's a gap, especially on college campuses. Many issues come up between older teachers being over paranoid and almost scaring students when students just want to have a normal conversation about the issues going on.
So where are you originally from or live? Queens, New York. Queens, okay, word. And do you feel well represented on the campus here?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And
what
well represented?
like, do you feel like your background or your culture is on this campus, you see it, and you feel like you could relate to other people? Or
Yeah,
something?
definitely.
And what is one thing you say to the older generation? If you could, just say one thing to them.
To the older guys,
Yeah.
thank you for throwing away.
That's respect.
The view on St. John's campus about the age gap tends to be split, with some viewing the older generation as positive and some viewing them as negative. But I think we can all agree that a lot of change is happening. How we adapt to this change is going to be seen in the future. We must all work together, though, to make the world a better place, and I think that's the key takeaway today.